Hello children, today onwards we are going to start online classes for you. So I'm going to teach you the first lesson of the history from your book, that is the chapter number 1, that is Rise of Nationalism in Europe. यानी यूरोप में राष्ट्रवाद का उदय. Before starting the topic, let's know about the two terms that is given, that are nationalism and nation state. That is nationalism and nation state. Now the first term is nationalism, means राष्ट्रवाद. The first question is कि what do you mean by nationalism? यानी राष्ट्रवाद से आप क्या समझते हो? In simple words, you can define nationalism as patriotism, means देश भक्ति. What is patriotism? Patriotism means हम कह सकते हैं ना कि which means the feeling of love and pride for your own nation. So in simple language, nationalism is patriotism. But nationalism, if we talk about nationalism in Europe, in rise of nationalism in Europe, then nationalism is something different from the word patriotism. Like you can define the nationalism as the desire of a group of people who share the same race, culture, language and tradition, custom to form an independent country. So that is the definition of nationalism. Clear? Then second topic is nation state. Now what is nation state? Now nation state कुछ कारणों से बनता है. You can say that ki the nation state is the one in which citizens share a sense of common identity, that is commonness, liberty, culture, language, tradition, etc. That is the nation state. Now children, you have already know about the patriotism, because we have long history in India about it, when Indian nationalism developed as a concept during the Indian independence movement fought against the British rule. तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि देश के प्रति प्रेम निष्ठा ही patriotism है. तो क्या इसका मतलब ये है, or does it means that ki Austria, America and Britain, which are countries today, were not nation earlier? No, they were, but were ruled by emperor, kings or monarchs. So the people along with the king and emperor did not know, or you can say that they did not bother about the term nationalism, because the kings and emperors only were to rule and wanted to expand their empire. In fact, they believe in expansion. So in this chapter, we will find out from where the streams of nationalism flow into the lands of Europe, and what were the factors and what were the reason behind the rise of nationalism in Europe. Now, in order to understand the topic of nationalism in Europe, first we have to discuss about the factors, about the background by which the growth of nationalism in Europe occurred. Now the second topic about it, that is the first expression. First expression of nationalism in Europe. This is the first in this point, the first expression of nationalism in Europe. The first thing comes, that is the first phase comes in the form of French Revolution of 1789. Now the first expression of nationalism in Europe comes in the first form, that is the 1789 French Revolution, when 1789 French Revolution broke out in France. This is the first phase of the growth of nationalism in France, and then from France the nationalism found its push-up from the France. Now the first phase of arrival of nationalism in France. Now what you have already studied in class 9th about the French Revolution, but briefly I tell you about the French Revolution in this lecture. Now with French Revolution 1789, the nationalism came into the France. You have already studied. Now what is French Revolution? With the French Revolution was the most significant event of the late 18th century world, history. It not only influenced the history of Europe or France, and but also that of the entire world in many ways. ना इसने पूरी दुनिया, फ्रांस को ही नहीं, यूरोप और फ्रांस को ही प्रभावित किया, बल्कि इसने पूरी ग्लोब, पूरी वर्ल्ड को ही इसने प्रभावित किया, द फ्रेंच रिवॉल्यूशन ऑफ 1789. Now you can, the next point we can define that कि it led to the end of monarchy in France. फ्रेंच रिवॉल्यूशन का कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या हुआ? सेकेंड कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या था कि एंड ऑफ मोनार्की in France, end of monarchy in France, and introduced a new system of governance, that is democracy. Means 1789, when French Revolution broke out, what happened? The end of monarchy and the establishment of democracy. So it was a natural reaction of the entire nation against the monarchy, rule of the Bourbon king named Louis XVI, because in 1789 Louis XVI was ruling over the France, and he ascended the throne in 1774. So children, briefly we can say that it began in 1789, French Revolution 1789, and went on till 1799 with the emergence of Napoleon Bonaparte. Now let's understand the French Revolution, how French Revolution became the root cause of the nationalism according to the date wise. We can make a chart according to the date wise. So the first date of the French Revolution was 1789, when the French Revolution broke out in the France. Now what happened in 1789, as we are discussing about it. So one thing also happened कि when French Revolution broke out in 1789, large number of masses came on the road to protest against the monarchy system of the Louis XVI. They wanted to stop, they wanted to put an end to this monarchy system. So what happened कि the large number of masses and German soldiers were stationed in France to suppress the protest of the masses. Now this action of the king incited the masses, and consequently riots broke out in Paris, which resulted in the explosion of the revolution. And there was a Bastille, a prison. It was a fort, but फोर्ट कम, ये फोर्ट से ज़्यादा कहीं प्रेजेंट था, जिसमें वो क्या कहते हैं, इनोसेंट पीपल को, वर्कर्स को, जो प्रोटेस्टर्स होते थे, उनको वो उस प्रिजन में बंद किए रहते थे. सो द फोर्ट ऑफ बैस्टाइल, द बैस्टाइल प्रिजन वॉज अटैक्ड एंड स्ट्रॉम्ड by the masses in July 14, 1789, and from that the revolution broke out in the France. Now second date is 1791. What happened in 1791? After 1789, the French Revolution broke out. Then in 1791, this year saw the achievement of the National Assembly. The National Assembly was formed, and what a National Assembly did? It completed the draft of Constitution. Now the French Revolution broke out in 1789, and after 1789, the France was going to have its own constitution. And one thing also happened, that in 1791, abolition, the first is the constitution, second is the abolition of the obligations and taxes. So the constitution is was going to form, and the abolition of the obligation and taxes also done, and nobles also surrendered their rights and privileges. As you know that before 1789, when Louis XVI ascended the throne in 1774, he divided the society into three categories. The first category is Louis XVI and royal members and family members, certain nobles and clergymen, and third one is the workers, farmers, peasants, and artisan and other low class people. But what was going on, that nobles and clergymen, they were enjoying all the privileges and facilities provided by the Louis XVI, but the lower section, the third category, were not enjoying these privileges and facilities. So they started protesting against, and then what happened in 1789, when 1789 the French Revolution broke out. Then in 1791 these nobles also surrendered their rights and privileges, or you can say that the principle of equality was declared to be the basis of the state and the society, and the one slogan prevailed, that is the slogan of liberty, equality and fraternity. This is the French Revolution slogan. Now the third point is 1792 to 93. Now what happened in 1792? Now here in 1791 the National Assembly was formed, and then in 1792 France abolished the monarchy, and the newly elected National Convention declared France Republic. Now in 1792 what happened? 1792 में France Republic घोषित किया गया, declared as republic. And then in 1793, after just 1 year from 1792, the Louis XVI was executed along with his Queen Maria. Now the next date is 1793 to 94. Now what happened in 1793-94? This period is referred as a period of terror. इसको कहते हैं कि भय का काल, यानी the period of 93 to 94 was considered as reign of या period of terror. Why it was considered like this? Because it was considered as the most terrible and darkest period of the revolution. क्यों? Because the Robespierre, the leader of the Jacobin Club, he followed the policy of severe control and punishment. उसने मतलब सज़ा देने की, उसने दंड देने की बहुत ही कठोर नीति अपनाई. In 1793 to 94, he followed the severe policy of punishment and execution. Now what he did? He punished and executed all the enemies of the republic. यानी जो भी गणतंत्र या प्रजातंत्र के खिलाफ बोलता था वो उसको ना सिर्फ सज़ा देता था बल्कि उसको फांसी पर भी लटका देता था. सो दिस बहुत सारे ऐसे क्लास ग्रुप के लोग थे जो कि रॉब्सबेरी की इस पॉलिसी से डरने लगे और उनको न मानने से वो इनकार करते थे, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग जो थे वो एक नए कॉन्सेप्ट इन रिपब्लिक को वो समझ नहीं पा रहे थे. So many of them were in the Society of France who were against the republic. So the Robespierre, Jacobin club leader, he followed the policy of severe punishment and execution. So he started protest. He started making policies. He started making laws against the people who were talking about रिपब्लिक. मीन गणतंत्र के खिलाफ और प्रजातंत्र के खिलाफ जो भी बोल रहा था उसको वो सज़ा दे रहा था. So this period from 1793 to 94, the period was called the Reign of Terror. Now the next point is, date is 1795. Now what happened in 1795? We have discussed about that कि 94 तक तो वो भय का काल था. Now in 1795 the period of terror came to an end. क्योंकि कब तक वो इस तरह का पीरियड लोग बर्दाश्त करते. सो द पीरियड ऑफ टेरर केम टू एन एंड इन 1795 and an executive made up of 5 members, this is known as directors appointed as a directory rule. यानी 5 members का यानी executive एक बेंच बनाया गया जिसमें 5 members थे and they have made directory rules which was based on republic. So in 1795 again the France has seen the establishment of republic. यानी reign of terror जो था वो ख़त्म हो गया. हालांकि reign of terror में भी रिपब्लिक की establishment थी, लेकिन उसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसे हो रही थी कि लोग इस पॉलिसी से डर रहे थे. But what happened in 1795? 1795 the reign of terror also ended and the 5 members of the directors, they have made the directory rules based on the democratic ideas. So in 1795 this has happened. Now next date is, जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं कि the phases of French Revolution which became the background, which became the root cause of the emergence of arrival of nationalism in Europe in the 19th century. Now the next point is 1799. Now, we have discussed earlier how the French Revolution started, and when it started from 1789 and ended with the 1799. Now, what happened in 1799? 1799 में क्या हुआ? The revolution ends with the emergence of Napoleon Bonaparte. With the emergence of Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, in 1799, the revolution ends with the emergence of Napoleon Bonaparte, and this is the last phase of the revolution of 1789. यानी इतने सालों से from 1789 to 1799, the French people were enjoying the democratic ideas, republic, and they were enjoying the state of republic, which was broke out in 1789. But now in 1799, the revolution ends, and the revolution ends with the emergence of Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, children, we will stop here and we will discuss in the next lecture we will discuss about the Napoleon Bonaparte, his achievement, what he has done, and who was the Napoleon Bonaparte. So next lecture we will discuss about him and about his achievement. I hope that you will like my video. I hope that you will like my explanation and description. And so take care of yourself and your family, and be safe and be at home. And so goodbye. Thank you.